Greetings folks, this is a video about what's in the title, how the channel is organized. So some people, I've had feedback and some people are overwhelmed by how it's organized and that it only makes sense to me or to INTPs. So let me go over to the video so I can get there. So here we go. This is always useful. Search box, INTP. There we go. Lots of videos. If we see this up here, 10 rows of playlists. Actually, there's only 9 on there, and I added this one at the top. Now, the key thing to remember here is that this doesn't necessarily show all the people in the playlist. So, for example, press that, and it goes up to Tamsy there. You click on this, you think, oh, all good. It shows it all. But when the playlist has more in, so for example, this one here stops at Bradley. So click the shelf title, you get all the playlists of all the guests. There we go. Whoever takes your fancy. Again, we've got the type pattern fundamentals. Again, type pattern pros. You can read it yourself. Michael Pearce, yes, the Michael Pearce. So you can see that. I don't want to make this too long. And again, the ones that have clicked this, I've already done that one. This one technically does have more on it, but it sort of stops there. It does have 2 extra ones, but they're not that interesting. So, for example, there, extra ones. Has diagnosed their type, might diagnose their type. Probably not. It's been a while. Another one, again, there's no arrow there, so those are all the playlists on that shelf. Here's an example. Then across this, stops at ESTP. Click the shelf title if you want to see all of them. Look, more. ESTP there, extra. So, and that also is the case with Enneagram. If you just press this, stops out at 6. You want to see them all. So all the ones where that is the case, I've put click this shelf title on. That pretty much has them all in. Right, what else about organization? It's hard to say, really. I mean, one thing I could say is that with the way I've organized the different sections, that I decided to have maybe socionics and then these together. And again, motivation 1 of 2. See, I thought I was being clever there by thinking, oh, what's 2 of 2? Let's scroll down until we see 2 of 2, until they see Enneagram 2 of 2. So yeah. Now another tip is if you like a particular playlist, save it as a bookmark. Then you don't have to go all the way down here if you want INTP and go, there we go. And then, yes, I am signed out of YouTube. Usually I have the dark theme on. It's easier on the eyeballs. Right. Let's go back. Alright, is there anything else? So, I don't really think there is. I mean, most of the ones to suggest. So yes, these ones on Peter Schiff, you know, dollar collapse. I don't really know. I mean, organization. I mean, most of the ones say with a lot of Model G videos. So 78 there. But I put most of the essential ones near the top, as you can see. And it's the ones where it gets a little bit more in the weeds, especially the ones where they were incomplete. Like they've all been done, ESFP has been done, and then we get to some here which are incomplete. Again, 3 of 8, just about 3 there. Ones which are incomplete. I might make these public again in future. All right. I need to check them through. Right, so that is how it's organized. And so there's usually something. So I would, just in case you're thinking, Ben, we know how to use YouTube. So most people will put in here videos. I'll put playlists in there. So yes, it is a lot. And I suggest main take-home lesson. Click on the shelf title when it says that to get the extra stuff. Yep. On here. Extra, and I'll also suggest the About tab. Again, most of these are, that's the Lulu thing. But, well, again, Facebook, 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 Facebook. Right. There we go. I do suggest you have a look. You got the first 10 pages are available. And then we've got the, let's go over here to the subreddit. Well, I don't even know what I've just said there. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Subreddit or Reddit. Just the thing. So, you know, you can start a thread. I'll probably approve it. Right then. No silly posts such as, you know, I don't even want to say it. It's so silly. Right then. So yeah, I mean, you know, 5 members, and just so you know, I don't know who the members are, much to my chagrin. It's all secret, so you can join in secrecy. There we go. Oh, and I will say on that Instagram, I've now hooked it in with my Facebook, so it's easier for me to reply. Right then. That'll be it. Please subscribe and help me get up to the magic number of 1,000, which is when I start getting monetization again. And it also would help, I think, spread it around and get more notifications, suggestions, because most of the videos don't get suggested, or they get, and when they do get suggested, it's for the first week, and that's it. So, for instance, this one here, where's the one? Most of these die down after a week, and especially after a month. Some of them will have legs, such as when we did the Beta Quadra one. Other ones die down. Right. I mean, this is a particularly good video where we're comparing INFJ and INFP counseling styles with Sanu, who is training to be an art therapist, and Monica, who has done it. So that's good. Again, you've got type tips there. Another one which goes into depth. Love languages. Lots of depth. I thought this would be a banker to get thousands of views, but no. Oh yeah, and that's got legs as well, the INTJ video. And if you want super NF, Samsy here. Right. This should be 672,000. Oh yes, the latest video I've had good feedback on. Especially this one. I had somebody gave me feedback on this. Someone working in the area of physics, they thought my explanation of TI was pretty good. But I would say it's not exactly, I'm just sort of doing how Carl Jung defined it. I'm not really coming up with the definition myself. I'm just sort of coming at it from different angles. But his original definitions are pretty darn good as a solid basis. Right. And that you can actually use Model G and put the Western definitions in. Apart from, you got to be careful with SI, because I think SI shouldn't really be it shouldn't be defined as essence of Guardian. I'll do a separate video on this, but I'll just do a little short bit. Why is memory associated with SI? I've been reading book on memory. It might just be because he noted that the Guardians have associative speech. All of these associations on a subjective level are things which help memory, help recall, because of the number of associations. So that's one of the things with Guardians. It's like, this reminds me of this on a concrete level, because they've got all of these subjective associations, and that's why they remember stuff, I think. Because I've read that it's if you can get a lot of associations with things, that's more routes in order to get to the destination and recall in a memory. There you go, you got a video bonus there. Someone's trying to stop this. Right. I can also recommend for memory ginseng and what's this? Yep. Oh, a live accident. And this stuff. I'll just show it on camera. There we go. Oh, wow. Oh, live technical failure. Here we go. Let's put some white in front of the camera. Now it readjust and then put it on. Right. Not only is that good for memory, it's also good for ADHD. So NP is out there. There's a free medication for you, or a cheap medication. Chinese medicine. It's not all nonsense.